So here we are, dream chasers. What dreams are you going to chase in 2018? In January, 95% of our stuff gone, sold, donated. Taking the kids out of school, that was such a huge thing to do. Like, started traveling. We were on the road and we started traveling around Australia. Guess what? Mason breaks his arm. Banana arm. Beachpreneurs at the beach, getting our inspiration, building balance. I just kind of learned next level gratitude for what I do and the gift that it's been able to give my family by doing whatever the heck I want. Felt it like change my cellular structure of my being. I never would have been able to do the trip because, like, living in a caravan with 5 people, 3 of those are children, 1 of those is under 5 for the whole duration pretty much of our trip. It's full on. It's full on, and doing long distances. Every night you're staying somewhere else. You never quite know where you're going or what you're doing or where you're staying. So number 1 I got was gratitude. Being stuck in the bush actually made me appreciate and hold so much more gratitude for online and like social media, blah, blah. Plug for my HyperAction. I just felt like the call to say that. HyperAction, make sure you get the booklet. Being stuck in the bush with no internet made me realise how imperative internet is to my business, but not only that, how imperative social media is to my business. And I realised, like, as much as I had loved being like email marketing and kind of like here and there posting on social media and kind of like half-assing it and maybe being in groups like old school, that wasn't going to get me the results that I'm looking for. That wasn't going to get me the following that are there for me, not just the group and the people within the group. They're there for the bigger mission of like going after their big dreams and chasing their big dreams. They're going after this bigger mission, and it helps me to bring, you know, more along with the journey. And those big dreamers then help the other big dreamers achieve their big dreams. So it's just this whole big dreams chasing fest of people actually getting results. So we're just all in the same school of thought where we're just not born women, but we have these big dreams, and online and business are our tools, not kind of our tools, but they are our tools for achieving them. We got to go to Bells Beach and we got to take the kids across the Bells Beach and we got to stand there, got to watch the surfers surf those long waves. And I remember one day like waking all the kids up. It was like 6 a.m. in the morning, freezing freaking cold. 6 a.m. in the morning, I'm like, we're going to go and watch the sunrise and we're going to go for a family walk along the beach. And I'm like, we were walking along the beach and I was kind of behind them all, and it was just like one of those moments where it hits you that, oh my gosh, we did this. Kind of always a dream to go along Great Ocean Road. We got to do that. Parallel to this, it's like nut cracking in my business and going, okay, how can I make even a bigger impact with my business? How can I crack social media more so I can leverage what we're doing here more and actually help you guys even more through what I'm sharing and what I got the Instagram nut cracked. I got that fully cracked. I wrote a book on it, social media nut cracking. It was time to crack the Facebook nut, and I really felt like I was starting to, as I started to post all these photos of us traveling around Australia, posting all these photos, I wasn't getting any like interaction or engagement. I'm like, well, this is helpful. Figuring out a way to get engagement and figuring out how do you get like heaps of comments, and it's about like making it a community and making it the culture and making it what we do. And if I wanted comments and if I wanted interaction and if I wanted engagement, it was about, I learned and I realized like I need to be engaging, I need to be interesting in other people's posts. And then it became like the big dreamers culture is like they're the biggest cheerleaders in the freaking internet. You will feel it and you will see when the big dreamers are just jiving with something and just like so excited over stuff. You will know, the internet will know when the big dreamers have been and done their work and worked their cheerleading magic. We saw there was one day there we went to Lawn and had like the burgers from Instagram, the milk bar or something. We climbed up this mountain and we looked over and you could see the road winding around the mountains, and there was a double rainbow, and it was just another one of those moments where you're just like, what? This is my life. I've created this. I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of dulling my shine, and I'm sick of like dulling it down and not actually showing how freaking amazing it is. And I've put in the effort and energy for a consistent, prolonged amount of time. And it's not like, I'm just going to dabble in this. I'm just going to dab in this. I'm just going to give it a little go, and then I'm going to quit if it's not working straight away overnight in 2 weeks. If I put all the effort into my social media for 2 weeks and it's not kicking, I'm going to just like, I'm out. Like, we're here for the decade. We're here for the big dream. We're not kind of like in and out. We pulled up to Port Campbell. It was $30 a night, and it was like the most amazing caravan park. I'm like, this is so cool. Anyway, we got to see the 12 apostles. They were amazing. I've got over 100,000 views on YouTube. 236 freaking videos I've uploaded in 2017. Such a variety of content. It's not just live streams, it's not just short streams, it's not just like little dream shots, it's not just dream-episodes and episodes of my Big Dreams TV. It's like all the variety. It's everything that you need. So we're traveling around Australia with road schooling the kids, homeschooling the kids, working at libraries all over Australia, going over the Nullarbor, seeing the 12 apostles, going and watching the sunset at Broome for 7 hours of the day, going and swimming along. Oh my God, going and sitting on a friggin' floaty and a pool noodle down in the middle of the friggin' desert of Australia, in the centre of Australia, on a pool noodle going down to hot springs at Mataranka. That was amazing with all my kids, and it was crystal clear water, which was amazing. And we were kind of looking out for crocodiles because crocodiles are in there. Oh my God, and we swam at the Lake Argyle. It was the most amazing place to swim. The caravan park there is one of the most photographed pools in Australia. It's an infinity pool. Earlier in a caravan, like we did, to be able to see it, because you can't fly in there. It's like thousands and thousands and thousands of miles from like anywhere. Bay, one of the most beautiful, widest beaches in Australia, and you walk out to the reefs and you just walk there and you walk to the reefs. And I did a workshop in the middle of nowhere in this place called Denmark in Western Australia, and I taught my social media nutcracking thing for the first time ever, and I had everybody just gobsmacked, and within 6 hours they were completely transformed. These women, and went away, and their social media is like totally nutcracked now. Amazing. I grew my business by about like 1,000% 1 month. There was 1 month there, it was like 1,000% increase. 2017. I learned I'm more resilient than I could have ever imagined. I realized that we can live without all the luxuries, and actually living without convenience actually creates this uncomfortable feeling within yourself that actually helps you to become so much more present in your body. I learned in 2017 to be grateful. I learned about gratitude in the truest, deepest sense of the word. I've never got the word before on this truest, deepest. I've always been grateful, but 2017, like, it just did this thing to me where I learnt gratitude in a next level way that I can take with me for the rest of my life, to be truly grateful for the shit and to really make sense of how the shit shapes you. That's what I learned in 2007. I learnt to be grateful for food and water and shelter and a nice bed and linen, because we travelled around Australia in a caravan. We were on a blow-up bed, so we just learnt like true gratitude for the smallest things in life that we tend to take for granted. I learnt flow and ebb. I learnt to go with the flow, and I learnt to learn how to dance in the ebbs, and I learnt to not freak out in the ebbs. So when you are in an ebb, when you're in like the downward spiral, which always happens because you're going in these flows, when I've learnt that ebbs are a part of the flow, and the pre-flow ebb that you go through is the way you handle yourself in that situation really determines how the ebb is actually going to play out. Ebbs are the most beautiful character shaping things that you can go through, and the way you handle yourself through those is actually going to determine how the flow happens for you and how much flow you get to tap into within yourself. And so the less you freak out in the ebb, the more that you will fly during the flow. I learned in 2017 about presence, being truly present. I learned about Mother Nature. I learned about really connecting to Mother Nature and how much she provides for us. I learned how to truly be present in nature, and just Mother Nature mothers you. I really learned and felt like Mother Nature mothering me through the year as I was outside all the time. I was always under the sun, under the stars, under the sun, in the beach, immersing myself in nature, feet in the ground, feet on the dirt, feet in the sand, all those things. So I really immerse myself in Mother Nature, and she just mothers you when you allow her, when you notice her, when you look at her, and when you are in her and immersed in her. So 2017, definitely that for me with Mother Nature. I learnt presence on a next level, just being super present with where you are, where you're at, all the conditions, all the environments that you find yourself in. 2017 just taught me that in the next level way. And I learned engaged enthusiasm. Sometimes you have to manufacture the feeling that you're chasing. If you're chasing happiness, you have to manufacture that in the moment. You have to manufacture that moment to moment in order to be able to authentically feel it. The effort is in doing the things that are going to get you in the energy that you're chasing. So if you want to feel happy, the energy, the effort goes into the things that you need to do to make yourself feel happy. So that's where the effort goes into getting that energy. So for me, I noticed that I had lost a part of my enthusiasm and my naivety, and I lost that part of my soul that it was just so carefree and effervescent and bubbly and light. And I guess like with years of running businesses, you start to create like a hardness within your soul, and I just wanted to get back to that naivety and enthusiasm and like my hyperactiveness, and I so found that. I found my hyperactiveness by manufacturing it. I manufactured my enthusiasm to find it and create it and have it again as a genuine, authentic feeling. Most of the time, like 80% of the time, I'm feeling so super hyperactive, super enthused, super enthusiastic, super light and bubbly, super effervescent, which is my word for 2018. And I noticed that I had to manufacture that in order to authentically feel that. So those are some of the things that I learned in 2017. Most of all, I learned the meaning of life. In 2017, I learned the meaning of life. The meaning by packing up my whole family, traveling around Australia, letting go of 95% of our things and stuff and furniture and just being naked, raw ourselves. I learned, and being together with my family of 5, my 3 kids, 24/7, 7 days a week, all the time, in a caravan, traveling around Australia, doing all the tough parts of that, and road schooling the kids and teaching the kids and teaching them some of the philosophies and getting a chance actually to really impart some of my philosophies onto them. What I learned is the power of togetherness, and what I learned is the power of the big dream. And I learned that the big dream, the meaning of life is to go after your big dreams with the ones you love, doing what you love. That is the meaning of life for me, is to go after your big dreams. However big and bogus and bold and ridiculous they seem, go after your big dreams. And that's the meaning of life for me, is to go after my big dreams, doing what I love with the ones I love. And that was full stop, end of story. That is what it is. 2017 taught me that. So I hope you have the best day ever going after your big dreams and the best year ever. I'm signing off for the last time in 2017. Thank you so much for coming along this journey with me. I'm so grateful for all your support, all your cheerleading, all your communications, all your back and forth, all your cheering on. It just means the world to me. So thank you so much for coming along, and it made me really so much more enjoy social media, of just this whole experience of cheering each other on instead of comparing, instead of just consuming. So I hope you have the best day ever. This is the last day of 2017. This is me signing off. Big dreamers, I'll see you in 2018. Hang on. For the best year of our lives, I'll see you next year. Bye everybody. Keep big dreaming. Go set those goals and chase those fucking goals down like a motherfucker.